Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Torrence, and in today's video I want to talk to you about a few items in my collection that have been discontinued that I really wish the brand would bring back. But before we get into that, I want to thank any and all subscribers that are returning back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe because I'd love to have you join. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up so that other people on the platform can notice it. And if you like any information on the makeup that I'm wearing today, make sure I leave a link right here on the tutorial with the Sigma Core de Rosa palette that I've already posted. But enough about this makeup because all of this is stuff that you can purchase and buy. Everything here is items I absolutely love that the brand no longer sells. And as a YouTuber now, this is something that makes it so hard to want to collect makeup, because when you're in the privacy of your own home with your family and friends and things like that, it doesn't matter what you have. They'll like it, they'll love it, even if only one person has it. You all can possibly share, especially something like an eyeshadow palette. But when you have decided to throw yourself out to the public and you want to show off some of the things you have so that the people who are watching can also follow along, it makes it hard when you absolutely love a product and you realize nobody else can purchase it. And what started out and brought up this idea was this palette right here. The Makeup Geek and Manny MUA collab. I love this palette, and I tell you, I've worn this palette so many times. I mean, so many times. And I truly believe this is the best palette that Makeup Geek has ever brought out. And if you already know, everybody on YouTube was using this palette for the same reason. I'm about to show you. This blue-brown shade right here. I'm gonna give you a good old spot of him right here. Look at that. Oh, I absolutely love a blue-brown shadow. And when this came, everybody got up on it. It sold out quick. And I still wear this palette all the time. But I never post pictures of it because I don't want to get chewed out in the comment section of people telling me they can't find it or things like that. And at one point in time, Makeup Geek even sold all the shadows individually, but they've since rebranded. I don't see the shadows there, and I really wish they would bring it back because I wanted to do a look with this. But if they don't bring it back, I'll have to show you the dupe shadows that I have for this. Absolutely love those too, but Makeup Geek, we want this palette back. Another palette that I absolutely love and wish the brand would bring back would be the original collab with BH Cosmetics and ItsMyRayeRaye. This palette was beautiful. It came with one side had highlight and contour shades, which were beautiful, but the star of the show were these gorgeous eyeshadows here. And you see I still have that film there to help protect it. But look at this. This was a beautiful palette, and the fact that she gave us a black, you knew I had to get up on it. And when I tell you, the metallics are what truly shocked me, because I'm like, wait a minute, BH got it on like this? Let me just swatch the lightest shade and the three darkest shimmers just to give you a variety. But when I tell you, these were so, look at that. Look at that. I was just astounded. Look at that. Pigmented, beautiful shadows. They layered wonderfully. That lighter shade does have a little flakiness to it because it has a dual-chrome effect to it. But I'm telling you, it was beautiful on the eyes. But I was completely shocked when I realized quality like this came from BH Cosmetics. But then again, I shouldn't have expected nothing but good things from ItsMyRayeRaye. But BH, ItsMyRayeRaye, we need this collab to come back, or we need all these shades to be individually available, because this was beautiful. Didn't have no reason bothering it. Time for Cocoa Mirage. Now I know y'all saying, Torrence, what in the world are you doing paying almost $90 for faux matte eyeshadows? And trust me, at one point in time, I was just hoarding and collecting Tom Ford eyeshadows. I had never seen a formula like it. It was amazing. It was quick. It was to the point. And now it's gone. They've reformulated it to this other one. And I want to show you these 4 shades here. Like, look how pigmented that. Like, to get that color variety without a black. Are you kidding? Look at that. Just these mattes automatically go with any and all of those shades there. Like, these 3 different palettes, and that's already a beautiful color story. But they discontinued it. I heard they've changed the colors and the formula of it, and I am so glad. Something told me one day when I was in the store, instead of going after the shimmery shades you like, just grab this one matte palette from Tom Ford, because you never know what you might need it for. And now that it's gone, I'm absolutely happy that I have it, but it sucks to know that you all who may not have already grabbed it may not be able to get it. Another thing from Tom Ford that they discontinued that I wanted to bring up was this. The Tom Ford bronzer brush. When I tell you, it is the biggest, softest, fluffiest, like, oh, I'm telling you, nothing applies bronzer like this brush. And I barely use it because I don't wear bronzer as much anymore. But the moment they told me how much this brush cost, I was like, who? Who? She can't be talking to me. The sales lady can't be talking to me. But everybody kept talking about it, bragging about it, and one day I just decided, you know what? We can always return it if we don't like it. Ain't no way you could get this brush out of my hands. I am gonna have this brush until every single hair falls off of it. And the fact that they discontinued it, made it synthetic, and it's still the same price, is like, natural and synthetic are not in the same league, honey. They're not. And to charge the same price, I'm so glad I got this one, but I can never use it or at least not use it on my channel, because you all can get it, and I don't want to be bragging about having items that you all don't have. If I'm gonna use it, I want you all to be able to use it. So we all need to hit Tom Ford up and let him know, you're a luxury brand, we need the luxury items back. And speaking of luxury brands bringing luxury items back, Miss Charlotte Tilbury, can I speak to you, please? Now this is something the only Charlotte Tilbury quad I own. Because when I went into the store and seen the price tag on these little itty bitty babies, I said, oh, no ma'am. No ma'am. There's no way the formula's that good. It can't be. Then you find out she was behind the Tom Ford shadows, and you like, all right, keep talking. Then they told me they had a green palette, and I'm like, keep talking. And then they told me it was called the Rebel palette. And you know my baby Rihanna is called the Rebel, and she got green eyes. Jumped on it. I jumped on it real quick. Now imagine this, and another thing is, this was the very first eyeshadow palette I used that was an all shimmer eye look, because I didn't believe you could do it until Charlotte told me you could. Everybody on the internet kept saying it, you gotta have a matte in the crease. Charlotte said I didn't, and I didn't. The problem is, if you were to go to Charlotte Tilbury right now and ask for the Rebel Quad, this is not the one you're gonna get. They've taken and they've muted down all of the colors. Look at how beautiful this is. Let me get you some swatches. Why would you take the Rebel palette and make it soft and muted? Where's the rebellious side of that? They should have called that the sidekick or something, not the Rebel, but look at this. Charlotte Tilbury had me truly knowing and believing that you did not need mattes to create a beautiful eye look. Come on now. And let me get you one more swatch of that third shade, just because that's like a glittery topper shade, and I did not swatch him as well as he could have been. right? Yeah. But look at that. Are you kidding me? And to me, just right now, looking at this, warm mattes with a pop of green, this seems like my dream palette right here. And all these shades are shades I can no longer use because they don't want to bring them back. Just hurt a poor creators' feelings. But Charlotte, I don't know whose rebel y'all think got soft muted greens, but I am so happy I grabbed this one before it's gone. And I've been debating on grabbing the new one just to see if I want to compare them. If you all want to see that video, leave a comment down below and I'll do it. But if not, I'm not going to grab them because I got the bold rebel. I don't need the soft rebel. The next eyeshadow palette I wanted to bring in was this one here. The Bobbi Brown Caviar and Rubies eyeshadow palette. Now, I had zero interest in picking this up until one day I saw, I believe it was Desi Perkins, who did a review on this palette, and we already know. I think Desi's skin is 50% human, 50% like Photoshop in person, because she is just so stunningly beautiful that even before she starts putting on the makeup, you like, but wait, you got an unfair advantage on all of us. How I'm supposed to put on the BB cream and look as pretty as you, girl? That don't work. But we took her advice anyway, and we purchased this palette. And at first you look at it and you go, well, it's a little nice, soft, you know, cool tone neutral palette. But I would be lying to you if I told you I did not buy this entire palette for this one shade in the middle, and it is called Gilded, and it is their Diamond Dust eyeshadow formula. And for some reason, Bobbi Brown does not make this formula as often as she used to, because I have an aunt who has the diamond eyeshadow singles in her home, and they are amazing, but she will not let me borrow them for anything, for good reason. But look at this one shade I want to show you. I'm going to bring it up here to the top. It's Gilded, and it's a diamond eyeshadow. And right there, it just looks like it's a bunch of sparkle, but on the eye, I'm telling you, it gives you the most wettest, most metallic looking shine. It just makes your eyelids just truly look like they're just wet. Now, let me see if I can blend that out for you. You can see, like, it just gives you the most beautiful shine. It fades out beautiful into the crease. And I don't know why they won't bring this back. Let me get one more swatch for it, just so you can see this built up. Look at how wet that looks. My skin just looked like I put some lotion or something, or a body shimmer on it, but it is the most beautiful eyeshadow formula, and I don't know why Bobbi won't bring it back. Bobbi, we need this diamond eyeshadow formula in singles, or at least one big palette full of those. I'll buy that in a heartbeat. The next items I want to show you are the dual intensity eyeshadows from Nars. And as you can see, these are some smaller little babies, but I have them in 4 different shades, and I absolutely love these things. The first one I have is this shade here. It's in Himalaya. I have Hydra. I have Pasiphae. And I also have Rigo, probably one of the most infamous ones. I'm going to go ahead and give you swatches of these. And these eyeshadows were amazing. But at over $20 a piece, it was very hard to get people to want to go ahead and spend that kind of money, especially if they didn't know what the formula was like. But I was in love with them, and many times they came out with them in palettes, and that was usually the best way to get them. But I didn't care. I was willing to pay for them individually, and I truly wish they would bring them back. But like I said, at the price point, many people have a hard time supporting Nars, but I've never had a bad product from them. And like, look at this. Look at those, like, They are so beautiful. But I really wish they would bring these back because to me, they were stunning, just a little overpriced, but if you try them and you realize they were worth that price. I personally wish Nars would bring those back because I think the formula was amazing, but I think the only way they'll probably get the public to like them even more is to bring the price down a little bit, and with Nars being a high-end brand, I just don't see that happening. But if they ever want to do some limited edition releases of those, well, to pre-order, sign me up. The last eyeshadow palette I want to show you is a cult favorite for those who were able to grab it, and an upsetting moment for those who weren't. The ABH and Mario collab. What looks like the smallest, most basic palette in the world turns out to be a formula unlike anything we've seen from Anastasia. I don't know what they did different, but it's amazing. And when I tell you, it's just crazy to think something so neutral could be so pretty. Like, let me grab a few of these shades here. I want to grab the 2 pops of colors just so you can see those. I'll give you 2 neutrals just to show you how those play out. New York City, let me show you this one first. New York City. This next one is 5th Avenue. We have Bronx. And then we also have Claudia. Like, look at those shades. Those are the most beautiful, richest earth tones. And it's just crazy. No matter which way you go with it, it is the most beautiful, most blended. Like, Mario and ABH did their thing on this, and for a moment I believe we could get these shadows as singles, but we don't want the singles. We want this palette back. We need ABH and Mario to get back in the lab, cook up a round 2, but re-release round 1 as well. And we want this formula, these colors, this packaging. Don't change nothing. If you're gonna change anything, the price, that should be it. Change the price, that's it. Don't mess with nothing else. But we want this back. And every time I've worn this palette, everybody be on me. Everybody be on it. It's just so simple, so beautiful. You can't overlook it. And while we on ABH, might as well go ahead and let them know we need y'all to bring back y'all Illuminators. I have mine in So Hollywood. And when I first got into makeup, I did not use them because I didn't know how to go in with my makeup. And this was straight up blinding. Like, I didn't know how to use a blinding highlight. And as you can see, I've even scraped some of them out because I used a spoolie and turned it into a loose highlighter. I have some in a jar, so that way I can mix it with other items if I like to. But I've had this for years, and even with all of the damage I've done to it, I'm not even halfway done. And when I checked online, I believe they only had the Riviera left, which was the rose gold. This was the yellow gold, and they also had a white one. And I don't know why they discontinued this formula. Everybody loved it. Blinding highlights are still popular now. So Anastasia, we need you all to bring this back because everybody talks about the Amrezy one. I like the color of this one better than the Amrezy one. The next highlighter that we're going to be talking about is a palette. And this one, same thing. Absolutely beautiful formula. The fans loved it. And this is the Banque de Sable palette from Nars. And I'm telling you, if Nars had one item that their fans want them to bring back, I think this might be it. I think this may be that one cult classic item that the brand could bring back. And a lot of people who no longer support them would probably come back and grab this. Like, look at these 3 colors here. Look how blinding white that is for a highlight. And I like that middle shade. But as you can see, that is beautiful. And I almost forgot to give you all a swatch of that Anastasia one. Let me go grab that one real quick. Give you a quickie of that one. You see how those Nars ones is, and everybody like them? Watch this Anastasia one. Look at that. Why wouldn't we want these blinding highlighters? Look at that. Look at the shade range. Two more beautiful highlighters that I have. Me and my family and friends absolutely love them, but I really wish I could just use them on my channel because I want you all to be able to have that same effect, and it sucks to know that there's a chance that if you don't have it, you may not be able to get it. And the last highlighter palette I want to show you is this one here. And although I don't hear many people talking about this, I wish they would bring all of these shades back individually. And this is the Ocean Jewels highlighter palette by Becca. This is beautiful. It's different from anything they've done before, but screw that. What really sets this apart to me were the tones in this palette. This was the perfect mixing palette to me. A lot of times I found Becca highlighters to be a little light or dark for my taste, and with this palette, it truly gives me the option to mix and blend this however I want. Whether I want to make it a little more warm, a little more cool, I have options from yellow, peach, pink, gold, things like that, and it was absolutely stunning. And if I could get just one color to come back, it would be this shade here, Citrine. That one right there, if I could get them to bring this back as an individual, I promise you I would do so. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get swatches of all 5 of these. But this palette and some of these have a dual chrome effect, which as you all know, only thing I like more than a dual chrome eyeshadow is a dual chrome highlighter. Let me get you swatches of all 5 of these, and you can see just how blinding that is. And these make beautiful inner eye corner highlights. Let me see if I can get this like this. And you can see just how bold those is. And right now, neon highlighters are really in. So to have a palette like this from a formula like Becca, I was so upset when I realized it was discontinued. But I want them to bring this bad baby back because she's absolutely beautiful. And even if they're not going to bring the palette back, can we at least get the colors individually? Another item we have here, really popular. Everybody wanted him to bring it back, but when they did it, they tried us. MAC Patrick's powder. I had the original large tub here, and this is my second one because the first one I bought, ended up using it all on clients, never even got the chance to try it on myself. So the one I bought for myself, as you can see, never been opened. Because I always told myself I'm gonna save mine for when I get on the channel and I'm gonna be able to share with my subscribers and we all gonna be beat for the gods. And MAC re-released it for Christmas and I'm thinking, oh yeah, everybody gonna have it, they keeping it permanent. And they brought it back with less product in it and nobody was going for it. And so now, even though we all want the Patrick's powder, we all want it in this ginormous size because it's a baking powder. And I know I can run through a jar of powder. And we just want the same price and value that we had. So MAC, please bring this back. Sit down, talk with Patrick, come out with a new container or a basic container. Bring this back full size so all his fans, your fans, and all my supporters can get this because we all want to use this on our channel. And the last item, which honestly I wasn't going to put in this video because it comes back and forth, but I believe they have finally just, called it quits. It's been discontinued, but many times you can still find it online, and that will be this bad baby here. Urban Decay Electric Palette. Before the world of rainbow palettes all over the place, honey, you had to go to certain brands to get you bright colors. And once upon a time, the biggest and best brand to get bright, bold colors from was this one, Urban Decay. Nobody could shock the world the way they did with their eyeshadows. And what shades do I want to grab out of here? I want to get you some good old vibrant and show you what this is talking about. Because I'm telling you, the world lost their bananas when this palette dropped. 4 shades off the top row here. And oh, look at that. At one point in time, believe it or not, you could not just walk into a store and find vibrant shades like that. It just wasn't happening. So to know that now, what was considered the essential colorful palette is now gone. No ma'am, we not happy with that, Urban Decay. We need y'all to go on back, talk to some manufacturers, talk to some pigment company, do something, but honey, we need this palette back. I want to see, and I like this one so much, I'm gonna swatch 4 more for you. Look at this. Look at that. Let me try that yellow one more again. Well, that's like a lime green. It's hard to get my nail into there. Well, like, look at that. Bold, bright, vivid. This looked like a jumpsuit from the 80s. It's just, she's just so beautiful. If you, for any reason, ever see this palette right here on Nordstrom Rack, Urban Decay for clearance or anything, please grab it, because I promise you, it is truly worth it. We want them to bring it back full time. Even when they released the new version of it, the fans were still letting it be known we want the original one back because it's just so much prettier to me. But I hope you all truly enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below letting me know if you have any of these items. If you have any other items in your collection that you wish the brand to bring back, please let me know what those are, because I want to see if I have them as well. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up before you go. Subscribe to the channel to help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers by September. And with nothing else, I hope you all continue to practice, stay blessed, and until next time, bye YouTube.